Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT, Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to another session of Not Perfect Zen. I hope you're doing well. It's the weekend for me. Sunday, as a matter of fact, which is when I usually do my videos. And it's a beautiful day. I hope you enjoy what I'm about to show you. I really enjoy looking through the tanglepatterns.com site for their new patterns and old patterns. But this is a new one that came out, I believe, in May 2023. And I had fun playing with this one. It's actually what I would call a fragment because you just keep repeating what's in this triangle. And if you look at the tanglepatterns.com site, you can see what Barbara Duel Johnson did with hers. One of the things that Linda Farmer did was she showed it as a ribbon. So let me show you that. So as you can see, these are two different ways that you could do what I call the Y shape inside of these triangles. And when I did this first one, I didn't do them all the same. And so it came out kind of strange looking to me. I think this last one didn't work right. Anyway, what I did on this one was that I did this, what I call the Y, inside of the triangle, exactly the same every time. And when I did it in this square, this is what I came up with. And same thing in doing it as a ribbon, as long as you do it the same each time, which is, let me show you. So this is the same as this. So what I did was I put this onto a little 2x2 that I sometimes use for my patterns like this. And then I used it as a guide as I did this one. And it came out much better. So I want to show you a couple that I did. Here it is on tan. And then I used a little bit of the white charcoal pencil in the center of each of those little ribbons. And then this one was done on just a black tile. And for this one, I did it with the, let me show you, with that little Y going in the opposite direction. So here's the long part of the triangle, and the Y is going this way. For this one, for the long part of the triangle, the Y is on the left side. This one, it's on the right. So if I put these down together, it's just a slight difference. Okay, but I'm going to show you this one. And I'm going to be using just a 3.5 inch white tile, my graphite pencil, a Micron 01, and a blending stump, or tortillon. Okay, and we're going to start with appreciation for our supplies. I'm grateful always to have Zentangle and the confidence that it gives me, and the relaxation. I tell you, that's the biggest thing for me, is when I find easy patterns to play with, it's very relaxing. Okay, so we have our 4 corner dots, and we're going to try to make these fairly straight because this is going to become our grid. Not everyone likes grid patterns, but this one is a nice big grid. Okay, and I am going to do this line next. And you're always welcome to use either a ruler or another sheet of paper, you know, just scrap paper to do your line. But we're not trying for perfection. And the thing about doing it with pencil is you can get it straight before you do your ink. So here I'm just going to come straight down. So by putting these diagonal lines in first, I'm finding the center a lot easier. Okay, so go ahead and ink that in. So this is May of 2023, and Zentangle has been doing the Be Well Bijou tiles, and I really enjoyed doing that. I finally ordered some bijou tiles, so I'm a little bit behind, but enjoying what I've done so far. Okay, so we have our grid done. And what I'm going to do is fill in one of these, and then I don't want you to have to watch me fill in everyone. Let's see how much time this takes. So if I use this and keep it next to it, I'm going to go into this one. And what we need to do each time is just kind of eyeball this to find the center of this. Okay, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're just kind of looking at how a center line would go, then find that center point, and then we're going to make the Y. So here's the bottom, and we're going to go parallel with this line. Now with this part of the Y, we're going parallel with that line. Okay, and then this part of the Y is parallel with that line. Okay, so let's do this side. And it's easier for me if I just turn my tile. I tell you what, we'll go ahead and fill in all of these. So I'm just looking for the center point here. Would be about right there. Now we're going to make our Y, staying parallel with whatever line is over here. This part of the Y. And then this one. Okay? So I'm going to go in this one now. Find my center point. What I love about these small tiles is it's easy to turn. Keep your hand comfortable. So there's the bottom part of our Y. First side, second side. Like I said, if you keep that next to you, you'll get it right. So find our center point. Okay, I'm going to turn it. Find the center point. I didn't do that one exactly straight, and it's okay. Excuse me. So it's kind of like putting a string inside of each of these triangles. Oops, I almost went straight across. Pay attention, Barbara. Okay, so parallel with that line. And then parallel with that line. Okay, so now we have it set up the way that this one looks. Okay, and then the rest of this is easy. You're just going to find your longest lines on each of these and start adding as many lines as you want. I think it looks good if your lines are kind of close together. Okay, so this side, this is the longest. As you can see right here, I have a bad habit of not going all the way down to the line, so I need to pay attention. I think Rick used to say, watch where you're going, watch where your pen is going, and that helps. Okay, here's my longest side. And that just helps me keep track of where I need to be. So we're going to work inside these triangles. What I meant to tell you, before I forget, on this one, I did the original grid and everything in green, and my initial lines, which I did kind of far apart. So I did a line down the center. I only had 3 of the green lines, and then I came back and put gold in between there. And on these, I had kind of a, I think that's purple in the center. So just ideas of what you can do with this. Okay, so I'm going to find the longest side here. I don't speed up my videos because I don't like watching videos that are sped up. Here's my longest side. But you are welcome to fast forward on this or slow it down, whatever works for you. for this video, I'm going to fill in one of these squares. And each one of these is going to be exactly the same as what I'm doing here. So I'm going to stop the video, fill the rest of these in, and then show you how to do the shading. And I didn't put the same number of lines in each one, so you can see that one's a little bit further apart. Let's just pretend these are pieces of wood that are unique to each side. Okay, so I've done one. I'm going to fill the rest of these in real quick, and then I'll start the video again to show you how to do the shading. Okay, I'm filling in my last spot. Okay, so now for shading. And that's what makes this one look really cool. So I'm going to start in the center, just to keep my hand off of it. And I'm going to, since this is a good sized tile, I'm going to add a fair amount of graphite here in the center. This could be really pretty, doing these with colored pencil, or a colored pen rather, and maybe some pastel chalk in the center. Honestly, I really do enjoy black and white tiles the most. I always worry about, am I adding the right color combinations and things like that. So the classic Zentangle is the most relaxing for me. Okay, so I'm just doing the other sides of these. I hope my table's not wiggling. I have a new setup because I'm using my iPhone, so I'm still working through ways to make that better. But I do enjoy it because it's a much better picture in the video. The color is better. I think the focus is better. And it's very close to the way Zentangle headquarters has theirs set up. It's kind of cool watching that come together. Okay, so let's do this. And I'm going to go ahead and put some graphite like here, where this is actually two ribbons, and it kind of helps you to see that those are separate. And I'm going to put graphite on the ends of these. So wherever these look like they would be going under, we're adding graphite. And at the edges, just where it looks like those could possibly wrap around. So school is out where my grandchildren are. I think Thursday was their last day. They're excited about summer break. And I'm trying to figure out how to keep them entertained for the summer. They are 10 years old, my granddaughters, 10 and 6. Okay, I'm going to put some here. I forgot to put it here. Okay, did I miss any? Nope. Okay, so now using either a tortillon or if you have a blending stump like this, that would work. And we're just gonna soften that and push it toward the center on each one of these. And we don't want an obvious line where the shading ends, so just pull it out. And then just soften it where it comes into the center. It's always so much fun to see how shading changes the way a pattern looks. Don't be afraid to try it. I didn't do a lot of shading when I first started out, but once I learned to do it, it really made a difference. The fun thing about doing it on a brown or tan tile like this is that you can add a little bit of white there in the center that really makes it pop. During COVID, I saved frozen food boxes, like cereal boxes, quick meals. My Amy's meal boxes were my favorite. But I also have a tan sketchbook that I practice in. And I have not enjoyed my sketchbooks because they're spiral bound and it's not easy for me to turn it and keep it comfortable. So I have started tearing the pages out of my spiral bound sketchbooks, and then not sure what I'll do with them after that. Possibly use my disc bound system to put them back together. And this is what I mean by disc bound. And I do have a video that shows how I do that. Okay. All right, we're getting there. Oh, I didn't put a little bit of graphite here. Just to show that divide. And this is where it's definitely might be where you would fast forward if you want to. This is all the same on each one of these. Okay, just this one. All right, there you go. You can go back if you see where it looks like there is a line. Just soften that a little bit more. If you want to, you can go back, and I do sometimes, and make this just a little bit darker right where it goes under. Okay. See the difference it makes there? All right, there we go. That is, where did my little tile go? Kev by Barbara Duel Johnson. And again, if you wanted to do it as a ribbon, I did the exact same thing, as you can see, and just did it all the way across. So that would be a cool bookmark. Let's add my chop. That's supposed to be 2 B's and an L. I don't know if that's obvious, but that's what these stand for. All right, sign it and date it on the back. Leave some notes about what you were doing that day. I've learned that from Kelly Blue, and she puts notes on the backs of her tiles. And Kelly has some fantastic videos of mini mandalas, and she has 15 minutes of Zen, and I really enjoy her Zentangle YouTube channel. All right, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. Please subscribe, hit the like button, leave comments, share, and come back again. Here is the way that you can tag me. This is the best thing for Instagram, and if you place something on Facebook, please tag me with that. And I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye!